Hello everyone, you're at the latest market news on October the 9th, 2020. IBM splits in two, stocks skyrocket. IBM announced its intention by the end of 2021 to spin off the Managed Cloud Services division, which provides more than 60% of the corporation's revenue, into a separate public company. They said the new company would design, manage, and modernize the infrastructure of the world's most important organizations, provide hosting services, and manage multi-cloud environments. The order book of the future company is already $60 billion, and 75% of its clients are on the Fortune 100. IBM itself will focus on an open hybrid cloud platform, which in the future can be estimated at $1 trillion, and the capabilities of artificial intelligence. In addition, 50% of the company's portfolio will be regular revenue, which can be obtained through subscriptions to services. At the pre-market New York Stock Exchange on Thursday, the company's shares jumped 12%, but in the main session, growth was more modest. IBM shares are up 4.83%. Euronext buys Borsa Italiana from LCE. Euronext will buy Borsa Italiana on the London Stock Exchange for 4.33 billion euros, $5.09 billion in cash. The LCE entered negotiations with Euronext last month after the Paris-based stock exchange owner faced competition from Deutsche Börse and Swiss rival SIX. It is selling Borsa as part of a regulatory action to offset the $27 billion purchase of data provider Refinitiv. Euronext, which has a market value of around 7 billion euros, will finance the deal with increased debt and equity and cash available. The company said the deal should result in an immediate increase in its adjusted earnings per share, excluding synergies. The Borsa sale is politically sensitive in Italy due to Borsa's ownership of MTS, a bond platform that trades the 2.1 trillion euros, $2.5 trillion Italian government bond market. WarnerMedia reform will affect companies' jobs. WarnerMedia, led by AT&T Inc., is preparing a reorganization that aims to cut costs by 20% and lead to layoffs. It is expected to begin in the coming weeks, will result in thousands of discharges at Warner Bros. Studios and TV channels such as HBO, TBS, and TNT. Earlier in August, WarnerMedia said it would cut jobs as part of a sweeping restructuring centered on its streaming business, HBO Max. The restructuring included the merger of film and television studios, the creation of the HBO Max operating division, and the departure of executives Bob Greenblatt and Kevin Reilly, who oversaw the creation of the streaming business. China funds raised billions ahead of biggest IPO. 5 newly created Chinese funds aimed at Ant Group's upcoming listing raised a total of 60 billion yen, $8.93 billion from over 10 million retail investors, which sold out in a matter of days. It has highlighted the retail frenzy over Ant's initial public offering, despite possible U.S. sanctions against the Chinese fintech giant. The 5 funds were launched on September 25th with the aim of raising RMB 12 billion each and investing up to 10% of their assets in buying Ant shares at IPOs as strategic investors. And the fintech arm of the Alibaba Group is raising about $35 billion in a dual listing of the Hong Kong and Shanghai Star Market expected in October, which could be the world's largest IPO. Successful fund sales can kickstart Ant's fast-growing management business. Revenue from this business segment jumped 56% in the first half of 2020, and Ant's fintech platform contributed more than RMB 4 trillion in investments.